All right, welcome back. Part two. Okay, let's get all set up again. Get this going. Get a reference. Cool. Okay, so if you're watching the second video here, the first one, we did a whole bunch of talking. And left with this. What we're going to be doing is just this quick cityscape. Going to go into Photoshop, put some building faces on it, and call this one done. And then we got one left. We should be able to get into some inking. We're good to go. You want to know, JESOP? Let's go down. All right. How's that looking? Yeah, I think we're good. One second, guys. I gotta let JESOP out. Hey, Jojo. How casual are you right now, buddy? You having a good time? Where's your snacks? He looks like he's 15.
I know. I thought too.
This is like Saturday after school.
Saturday after school.
Did you do all your homework? Have fun. Oh, man. Oh, that's funny. Alexander's sitting on the couch watching some ABC song, and he looks like he's 15 just sitting there. This is torture. The cityscape. Hey, man. 100%. This is like if you want to do mainstream comics, you know, with New York City. This is the thing. I just ripped. You guys saw earlier, I just ripped this from a model, right? If you're doing mainstream comics in like New York City, like it's got to look like New York City. I remember getting like reference pictures, like all of us do, just to like, you know, get Spider-Man swinging through Queens. Not fun. Not fun at all. Some people get a kick out of doing backgrounds. Like, it's important for sure, but God. I'll put a big building there like that. I'm going to probably start. I kind of have to draw all of that. Actually, here, hold on. Let's see where our hero is. And then that crystal background. Where is it? So I'm going to keep this on because like what this will do anyway is it'll let us at least see where we can kind of fake it a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Sam? Hey, Cannon, how's it going, brother? Good seeing you work your craft, bro. Thank you, thank you. How's your day going? What are you working on today? Best part, if you think this is boring, wait till we start putting the actual faces onto these buildings. Ugh. This is like that necessary evil, but it's not good for streaming. At least when you're doing figure work or quick gestures and stuff. Things are happening, you know, things are changing on the screen. This is just... ugh. But you gotta do it. Gotta do it. Kind of slow feeling I had one of those the other day, man. Feel your pain. Okay. Okay, I think. Alright, we're going to make a new layer here for this one. And we're going to get super lazy because we don't got time. I'll just come up with every excuse I need to here. Alright, and just do little like... Oh, I forgot, before we can do the buildings. Because a lot of these might not even matter too much. We got to put a bunch of books floating around them. Forgot about that. But anyway, this here, through the crystal part, we can get a little sloppy, you know, because it's sort of being distorted through the crystal. The best part is I am doing art gallery speak right now. I'm telling you what I want you to hear, because it's the art. Right? This is what I really wanted you guys to feel when you looked at this. I wanted you to feel, wow, reality's being distorted here. I like how he spiced it up. It didn't just put an actual background back there. It made it feel like he was actually through some crystal. So stupid. Art, man. Okay. Ooh, wavy lines. Oh my god. Yeah, let's even put some more, because who cares? Way in the distance. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, let's keep this going. I gotta clean this file up. It is a hot mess. Okay, so crystal. We're going here. We're gonna turn that to there. And we're gonna delete this layer. Don't need you. The hero. Let's get him up. Background. There's a lot of layers going on here. Let's just get it ready. Let's go here. We'll put faces. Okay. So background's there. Just pardon me for a second, my friends. Clear that up. Don't need that. Okay, and put another folder here. Call it books. Books FG for foreground, and then books background. Let's do it. All right, turn the background off so we can clear this up. So Cannon, how's your family doing? Is everybody doing all right on your end? Put some silly trim on there. Make this feel like an old tome. Maybe we'll put like a gem or something. deal with a closed school. Yeah, here in Canada, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed. There's so much news coming out every day, you know. You try to like stay on top of everything, but yeah, I think school's canceled for the whole year. That's the last thing I heard. It's crazy. We're gonna make like a some sort of dude in this picture. I don't even know what the hell this is. And here's some blurb he had about selling a van down by the river. Nobody bought it. Died alone. Boom. There you go. Cool. Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad to hear everybody's at least still healthy and fine. Oh, I was double checking that straw poll that you guys did in the last stream earlier today. And thanks again, everybody that participated in that. But it gave me some some food to chew on during lunch. Yeah, no problem, man. Good luck. Okay, I appreciate it. Actually, Canon, too, before you go, I don't know if you're set up, but if you ever want, maybe we could pick a time and a day or something. Just shoot the shit while we're drawing. So let me know. I'll shoot you a message if you're up for it. If you're not, that's cool too. I'll still be your friend. But good luck, man. Yeah. So you guys, I was just doing very little bit of thinking. We're eating lunch there, and I think it's the way to go. I think you guys have pushed me over the edge. You should probably post those polls. I did like a different version Euro. It was like you probably remember it. I think you voted on it too. And I'm pretty sure you did. And I posted on Patreon. But it was more like a collage of pictures. I think the thing is with the streaming though, like we can give it some context. Right? Like if I go, hey, which one do you guys like? You can see Zelda on there, can you? Let me see. Let's see if we can put Zelda cam on. Can you see her? Yeah, right there. Hey, Momo. You giving yourself a bath, Zelda? Huh? Okay. What the hell was I saying? I got distracted. Oh yeah, so when we're streaming and I ask it, it's a little easier because there's some context to it. But most people were actually saying, and I agree, and I think I understand why, which is most people prefer like the more detailed stuff because I imagine it has more to do with it just that thought process of like something that's a lot of work or looks like a lot of work went into it or looks more detailed or complicated or anything like that tends to make people feel like they need to appreciate it more or like that's real art. Where simplicity can kind of get, I don't want to say pooped on, but I don't know, it's hard to describe. Because I know a lot of people that like to work with a lot of detail, and I'm not trying to say that their stuff is filler or anything like that. It's not that at all. I also understand that the art ego is huge. I guess it just depends, like, what it is you want to do as a creator, right? But again, a lot of people voted for that kind of thing. The actual style I'm drawing in was voted last. I thought that was hilarious. Nice little slap in the face. It's like, oh, okay, so all this stuff, this looks better. And I can appreciate that. That's fine. I had some things sticking out here just to make it look a little bit more whatever. And actually, what if we could put like a little ribbon? Like it's floating. Cool. Here's the thing: people appreciate whatever you give them, so just do yourself and do your solid. Yo, no, yeah, man. You've said this a bunch of times. Other people have. I just like talking about it too, because like I feel like lots of people think about it, but I'm probably starting to sound more and more like a broken record than anything. At the end of the day, it's making stuff is all that matters. How it looks isn't as important as finished or done, right? So, and I was kind of saying it in the last earlier this morning, which was like I know I keep saying I think, but I feel like the day job style when we do illustration, as well as that idea of what I spent a lot of time doing, like that Marvel style, we'll call it, That's what I like to call it, even though they don't really have a house style. But I argue that there's a certain aesthetic that you can have that'll pretty much, I don't want to say guarantee you getting a job, but it'll move you up the pecking order, I imagine. And then there's a version that you could draw in that's more like what you want to do. And it might not be great for editors, you know? And that's sort of like where the dilemma comes in. So if I'm trying to go into the crowdfunding stuff, then just do whatever the hell I want, so long as I'm making things. And then the other side of it is like whatever I pick is like, okay, well, I gotta stay that way. One of the things too, because I know this sounds like a big knotted web, but I've had people reach out asking me to draw projects and stuff for them, and I always appreciate that. And then I always have to ask them, I'm like, what image or images did you see that made you want to work with me? Or because right now I'm working in a few different styles, and I want to make sure we're on the right page. And just knowing that people might be looking at something and they're wanting to hire me, and I don't draw like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you're saying, you don't like the chibi style, and I appreciate it. That's fine too. But it's like, imagine somebody who's like, "Yo, I want the superhero comic book. Go ahead." And I chose to do like chibi art. Like, they might not be expecting that. So I want to reduce that as much as possible. Just have like a look, and go from there. And I'm thinking what we were talking about earlier with this kind of stuff here. I keep going back here, but I don't think it's in this one. Eventually we'll remember where it is. Yeah, like I know this Thor was definitely up there. The Thor and the Loki. That's what we were talking about in the last stream. So these two here I'll actually just bring up real quick. This Cyclops and this Captain America. A lot of people dug these ones. And what's interesting to me, I have a feeling there's a reason why with some of this stuff. But when I show, as an example, if I show, where was ideas? Right here. But if I show you just the inks, it's like people go a little like, not that. So here's a good example, right? The Silver Surfer we did a little earlier. This is drawn in the same way as these two. And my feeling is it's the color mixed with what you see that's helping, right? And that starts swaying people's opinions. It's weird. I could totally understand how people could get confused, or I'm not asking, I think, a clear question. Or it's just too subjective. Maybe that's the takeaway. Thanks, man. It's got a big spine on this one. Hey, buddy.
Say hi,
Mwah.
Manga.
You play with strings? Okay, you can take my chair, buddy. There you go. Good morning from Australia. Good afternoon. Okay. Put some doodads here. Go there with that. This one's a pretty intensive drawing, man. There's a lot going on here. It's not like these. Well, this one's going to be pretty rough too, but at least with the other one, there's characters and stuff, so it's a little bit more interesting to look at. This stuff is a little bit more like, ugh. Alright, here, let's put some weird shape on here. Make it feel like it's got some, like it's a rune or something like that. Then run our magic. Cool. Then we'll just draw over it, just to give it some texture. How's that? Yeah, it's good. Alright, how many books we got here? Alright, I think that should be enough. We're going to put some in the background here too. Let's grab our wand tool, and from all layers. You want out now, buddy? You coming and going?
Ow.
Oh my goodness. A different string.
Pulling my hair.
Okay, so we still got some holes here. Alright, let's find them here. Go there, there, there. So if there's anybody in the chat, actually, I'll throw the question out to you. Is anybody doing any crowdfunding right now? Like comics or otherwise? Especially if you haven't gotten it printed yet. Or are you looking into getting things printed? Have you found any place in the world that does printing and all that? I haven't honestly looked at anything, and I know that's a ways out still. I'm just curious. Alright, that should work.
What the fox say?
Where's the crystal? Yeah, it works better. Alright, we're just going to put a couple more in the back. I think what we'll do with the books here is we might just do some very simple versions. I'll show you what I mean here. So grab our silhouette, and what we're looking here is we're trying to make just the shape of books. And then with color I can kind of go back in and hopefully make them feel more like books. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Okay, I'll put that underneath the hero, put it behind him. And we haven't done any, what's it called? Contour adjustments yet. So, like, this guy's clearly blending in with these books, right? So we'll be able to adjust that later. JESOP. No, come on. Okay, come on. Can't rub your face on the computer, okay? This guy loves his books, that's for sure. Okay. I think we're good. What I'm going to do before I do this, I'm just going to chest up. Come on, bud. Come on. Move your arse. Move your arse, boy. Scat us. Get out. Come on. Go, 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 go. Oh, what the hell? Are you stuck? Come on. One second, guys. Cat problems. Cats. We good? Probably want to see the cats more than me anyway, right? Good? Moving in? We good? Alright. Fucking cats, man. What do we got here? That. Just to thicken him up a bit. Okay. Save that. What do we got? Books. Turn that off. Turn that off. Background. Get file. Save as. Yep. Delete me. Put Photoshop. Okay, Photoshop takes a few seconds to boot up here, so 1 second. Alright. Still saving too? Oh my goodness. Saving it as a Photoshop file, man. Takes a while. Oh, look how old this one is, eh? Castle Hunter. That's funny. These are going back, my friends. These designs are hilarious. I love them. Oh, I really like this one. This one, I remember this one when it's sitting on my desk for a while. It's like, yeah, there's something cool here. Nah, I don't know. I'm looking at it now and it's like, yeah. And then, I don't know if you guys saw this one in the newer style or whatever. If he was like brought back into the modern day. Excuse me, that's hilarious. Alright, what do we get? Emergency on our phone. Travelers returning to Ontario, you're at high risk of spreading COVID-19. Okay, Photoshop finally loaded. Good God. Alright. Let's bring it over here. Actually, I want to see how big this file is. Now that you're saying that, that is a lot of data. Is it in this one? Delete me? Heroes. 92 meg? I mean, it's a big boy. It's because it's 600 DPI too, and I know Photoshop doesn't, like Clip Studio really knows how to work with file sizes, right? Especially when they're made for print. Just bring it down a little bit. Especially when they're made for print. And I need to get a better stand for this. Whereas Photoshop is just straight photo editing, right? Was that super dark? Sorry, 1 second, guys. I know the camera's gonna freak out on you. You can thank JESOP for that. Is that better? Still kind of dark, eh? Let's see what we got here. Okay. So here we go, good old Photoshop. You know what I'll do? I'm going to just switch here to using keyboard and mouse. This fucking camera. There you go. You'll see more of my Cintiq than my face for a bit. Nobody cares anyway. Alright. So what we need is our building paths. So I think what I'm going to do is I might use Freddie Williams ones here. I bought those a little while ago. Let's go to our master reference. There we go. And what we're doing is, let's turn off all these guys so you just see the background. So each face, right? So like this is the front of a cube. This is the front of a cube. This is the front. And then we got sides. There's only a few here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these, and you can adjust it in Photoshop and then stroke it with a brush to give it some texture to it. So if we click off, I guess not, but these are all the ones that come in his little download pack here. I have some of my own as well. I like to spice them up, so hopefully they don't keep repeating over and over again. Like these ones are pretty good, these longer ones, especially for like these bigger buildings. Actually, I think I'm going to start maybe with my own. Maybe we'll start with this guy. Actually, I like this one. Alright, so copy that. Open this up. Paste. Alright. Oops. And you just distort it. Actually, sorry. It's been a little while since I did this. Let's turn... Oh, I didn't... okay. Normally I put like a perspective grid in here because it makes this step a lot easier, but I adjusted it while we were drawing. I forgot about that. So this might be a little bit more tricky than I'm used to. So all you gotta do is you're just worrying about, like, there's 4 faces here. You'll see exactly what I'm doing if you haven't figured it out just yet. You're just trying to line them up with the perspective that you have. The tricky part is a lot of the times it'll end up going off your canvas. And before anybody asks, I don't think anybody will, or maybe in the comments or something somebody will, but there's no way that I know of currently to do this in Clip Studio. So that's why I switch back and forth. Now this is where it gets tricky. If I had put the grid in there, I could see if this lines up correctly. So give me 1 second. Where did I put that? grab this. This is my secret weapon with some of this good old-fashioned real ruler, and we'll just put it on the Cintiq and make sure the lines line up. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, should be good. Okay, so we'll confirm. Then we get our brush. I'm going to put 4 pixels, go over here, and stroke it. Let's see if... the only test I'm doing right now is to make sure the line thickness is right. Because in Photoshop and Clip Studio, they're a little different. Yeah, so see, there you go. Boom. Got a building. Save it. And we're going to do that a few times. That's pretty much it. More exciting backgrounds. So this is a vector layer. No, the path itself is a vector. Well, it's a path. I don't think it, unless that is a vector. Once you stroke it, it just becomes raster. So I can't affect those line art. I can reselect the path that I made, and I can slightly adjust it, and then I'm stroking it with anything. So I can make the line art thicker, but once I stroke it once, you can't adjust the line you just put down, if that makes sense. Okay, let's do this one that's right up beside us. Maybe we'll pick like a something that's a little bit more, I don't know, wider. Maybe 25. Yeah, let's do this one. So we copy that. Yeah, paths. That's what I was saying. Like if Clip Studio could do paths, it'd be a game changer, man. Okay, so we're gonna distort. Do the same thing. This one's gonna be a little tricky because we got a real extreme perspective on this one. Right, we'll bring this down a little bit. Maybe something like that. This might line up. What do we gotta do here? So that think. Goes up a little bit. Yeah. Then we'll stroke that. save. So this will take a little bit of time. Whoops. This one in particular because there's like no side, you know what I mean? Like there's no grid to line up with this one. Wait, how would... So this has got to come up. It's going to come down. Should be good enough. All of that for like this little thing, and now that I'm looking at, just for that, and that might actually get cut off. Wunderbar. Okay, so I think what we'll do is these two might be able to get a little simple. Use like these longer ones. Where were they? That one's not bad. Let's actually do this one while we can still see it. So select that one. We'll put that one here. Yeah, I think it'll work here. And I don't think I'm going to put anything on the other side of this one. Just because you can't really see too much of it. Let's go there. This is the glamorous part of comics. Or just drawing in general, I guess. Unless you want to draw it all yourself. Then you can be awesome. But this is where you turn on some tunes, man. Just turn the brain off. Sometimes I do a little bit of editing here. Like that. Actually, I'm pretty sure that whole building that we just did gets blocked out by the hero, doesn't it? Good enough. Okay, so we've got him. Just give me a second to turn everything on here. So this building on the right, this big long one, we're going to use one of those simple faces. That's like those long lines that you guys always see in comics because they're super easy to draw for like a skyscraper. And then this one right here, we'll do a face. And this one. And then I think, oops, and I think that's it. Maybe something here. But these ones in the background, I can like insinuate something with some quick lines. So, just give me 1 second here. I'm just going to make a note. This one, whoops, brush. This one, no, brush. This one, this one, this one. That. Cool. Hey Blackman, welcome back, man. You can do paths in Clip Studio. I made emblems with it. Oh, is that true? Oh, I'm not calling you a liar, but do you have any links or anything that I could watch or something I could try right now? Because if I could do this in Clip Studio, like I find it's quicker than Photoshop. Photoshop runs like a pig. Cats, man. 19 notifications. Oh my god. I got tagged in some wrestling thing. Oh, Blackman as well. I tried to go back into the last stream to check out what you were saying. I got. Thank you for sending it on Twitter. What part of the document should I read? I know you put it was like paragraph 1, subsection 6, 25. You know all that good stuff. What what was it? All right, so we're gonna get one of these skyscraper ones, right? That's what we were saying. Where was it? Down here somewhere. So at 25. So these ones. Okay. Copy that. And I think that one will do this one. We'll clean that up in a second. Page 8, last paragraph, and continue the first. Thanks, man. Let me just get that up now while I got you. Page 8. Sorry, this one paragraph he's saying is hitting me right in the feels because that's where I feel like what's helping where this is coming from. Yeah, right?
Oh, so much going on out here. You're on the floor.
What you doing? What you doing?
Are you taking a break anytime soon?
Do you need one?
I mean, I wouldn't mind 5 minutes.
All right.
But it's okay if not.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this other building path. This other side, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break here. is this one part where he's talking about in 1998, I worked nights as a security guard in a small booth in a car lot where I'd have some downtime to draw. I had so little time between work and having a son that I had to radically rethink the way I was drawing. That's literally where I'm at. I tried to get work at DC's Batman Adventures books based on the Bruce Timm TV series. I played around with this cartoony, non-rendered style, and people reacted to it strongly when I sold pinups at conventions. I loved the style and decided that this was the direction I needed to go in. The anxiety about what editors wanted, about what style would please a publisher, was gone. I wasn't getting jobs anyway. I stopped sending samples in. I draw for myself, making indie comics while keeping a regular job. This was the great lesson from failure. I stepped out of comics to redefine the direction of my career, and everything turned around for me. Adam Hughes had introduced me to a Star Wars role-playing group led by Brian Glass. Brian wrote his own campaign. Okay, so he's talking about we weren't able to finish it as a comic. Years later, I asked Brian, why don't we do an illustrated novel? Even his he's doing some sexy stuff, huh? Interesting. It's funny, man, because it even looks like a little bit like obviously Magnola, and then Bruce Timm for sure. I can see a little bit of that, and then he's the artist on Powers. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. Thank you so much for this, man. This just reconfirms that what I was saying. Hey, Jordan, how's it going, man? Uh, just confirms what I'm talking about. That I know I'm not alone. There's so many people doing the same thing or feeling the same way. But it's interesting that like he said pretty much exactly where I'm at. I feel where once I had my son, and it's something I don't know if anybody here has kids. And I'm not saying you only need. Well, I'm sure there's other things that could happen in life where all of a sudden time disappears for you, like what you had. But Alexander, I didn't realize. I mean, he's still only 9 months, right? So he's still fresh, but 9 months is a long time when you're used to certain things, and it's been an adjustment, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm just glad what that guy's saying because it's literally where I feel like I'm at too, where it's I can't do like what I'm doing right now. I couldn't keep up with like my own X page book doing this. No way in hell. So it's refreshing about hearing him say that. And I've heard other people say it too. Actually, sorry, 1 second. I'm going to pick this ruler up and down. It's just not going down. A little more. Anyway, sorry. I just keep calling him Sketchcraft. It's the easiest way for you guys to know his name. But anyway, he was talking. It's like if you got a job, you can draw any way you want, especially if it's your own thing. And I think I'm still in that mindset of like, yeah, but you know, I shouldn't be there. And you guys keep saying it to me too. So I think the thinner we go with those lines, the harder they are to read. That works. Okay. So I'll be right back, you guys. I'll be back in about 5 minutes or whatever. Just got to give Elena a break from the little guy. So give me 1 second, and we'll talk a little bit more about the style. So thank you, Blackman, and I got a few ideas to riff off that. Be right back, you guys. Okay. Thanks, guys. Where are we at? Let's click that. Stream finished. I don't know if I'm still streaming or not. Give me a second. Here, 1 second. I think I backed out of something. The stream should still be going. Okay, we got the minute delay. Okay, we should be good. Okay, so what Blackwood was saying there, thank you again. I know I keep saying thank you. Probably said you 50 times thank you. But it's true. This whole thing, I posted on Patreon about this too. This whole feeling of being lost with the direction or the style that I've been working in for a while is 100%. I was reflecting on it, and it came when Elena told me she was pregnant, and it wasn't like oh god, my life is over thing. It was I was very excited, but this just came up more as something I wasn't even considering. And I'm glad he's saying some of the other things too, where it's like, especially if you're not working for publishers or if you actually don't have comic gigs, there's no reason to worry about what editors would think because you're not even dealing with them. You guys are my editors, right? In reality, and that makes a lot of sense. So thank you. I know a bunch of people have said this before, but sometimes you just need to hear it from certain people or hear it said in a different way. And then the next part goes into like, okay, so that's helping me feel confident in moving on away from this. But then what do we move into? Because that's when it gets fun. I should probably read the rest of that article, like the next couple paragraphs after. I don't know if he talks about that. Possibly he does. Because those two other styles I that I draw and I really dig. But that's more for, me to decide, I suppose. So I'm asking you guys, and I'm putting, what's it called? Thank you. I know I'm like a minute delayed, so thank you guys for replying. So now when I ask about like a style question or whatever like that, it's kind of flavor of the week, right? It all depends on what you like, I would imagine. All right, let's do this one. I was looking at the time and I'm like, I only got like 2 hours left. I gotta fucking plow here. Stream part 2. Yeah, this is yeah. Like ideally, I'd like to stream once a day, Monday to Friday, since I'm out of work, and I'll be drawing anyway. And our good friend Donald, Distort, was suggesting, and it makes sense. Like I don't do really any other kind of content besides just streaming right now. I don't know if I will like giving commentary on things or anything like that. Sorry, I'm just trying to eyeball this. I get distracted. So I want to beef up the YouTube viewership a bit because once it becomes time to launch like a Kickstarter or Indiegogo, I'd like to have built up a more engaged audience. Not that you guys aren't engaging or anything, but you guys know what I mean. The bigger the net you put down, there's a better chance of getting your project off the ground. So I want to make sure we're kind of moving towards that. So all that being said, either streaming twice a day, in the morning and lunch, and then at night, or once in the daytime, once at night, something like that. Depends exactly what I'm working on that day. If I'm working on like script stuff, I don't think you guys want to see that. Maybe you do. Although I don't know how well I could write with a whole bunch of people in the room. All right, I'm gonna try moving this one down a bit more. I feel like those are too square. Yeah, it sucks. It's okay. What are you gonna do? It's business, right? The world's in an interesting place right now. So you gotta do what you gotta do. But that plays into again why I'm trying to stream, get back into the streaming part too, because it's an additional source that could turn into revenue. Or a great example is Blackman and other people that have been posting today. You guys have already hooked me up with a bunch of stuff I hadn't even thought about, art related, right? So you never know who's watching your streams or who retweets or any of that stuff, and all of those things lead to potential opportunities. So while I'm still actively trying to do things to make sure everybody's still fed, we still got things happening. We're not in the end game just yet. We still got lots of time. I'd probably say towards the end of the year, if it still stays like this, not only for me but for other people, it's gonna start getting real dicey. So we're taking steps while we can. Because I had a few people I talked to, like friends, not from work, uh, that were saying, this quarantine thing. And I don't mean to get into this while we're drawing. I think a lot of people come to this stuff to escape that kind of thing, so I won't go into it too much. But they're saying, and they're artists too. They're kind of treating this as like a little vacation. I don't know. Everybody's got to do what they got to do, but I'm taking this pretty seriously. Not in terms of like, don't leave the house kind of serious. I just mean serious as in terms of, okay, well, if this goes to shit, is the art stuff I'm doing, is there a chance that it could, I don't necessarily say take off, but can it become something that can keep some income coming in? And maybe through all this, right, it's the transition to go freelance, or maybe enough people dig the stuff, or it could become something like that. So I'm taking this kind of as like precious, precious time. So treat it a little serious, a little more serious than I think some of my other friends are doing, and they have their reasons too. I'm not gonna judge them. I mean, if you get to play that RPG that I really want to play too, I'd love to play that right now. I'd totally do the same thing. All right, we're almost done here, guys. Okay, Johnny, good luck, man. That's how you see it, a mini vacation? Yeah, no, it's all good, right? Like, everybody's got their thing. I would argue, too, like, the friends that are kind of doing this, the vacation part, I should say, is they're not laid off, right? Like, they're just, it's like the mandatory government thing. You can't work because the government said so. It's a little different than my situation. My situation is there's the chance that it might not ever come back, right? And I there's just the way I am, I can't. There's no way I could just wait it out and see how it goes. stay hopeful. Always stay hopeful, but can't sit around and just wait for things to maybe pan out. You gotta move on that stuff. Okay, this should work. Brush, go up to 3. I think we got one more face to do, then we can finally get rid of this thing. What was the other one that I marked? This one. Okay. Maybe we'll just do this one. Keep it simple. Then we're going to Clip Studio. I can add the extra lines that we're going to need. Cool. Alright, select there. Okay, save that up. We can get the hell out of here. Get back to this room. How big is this file? Oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to... I can leave this one open. Let's open it back. Get some music going in the background. I need some tunes. Okay, so we're gonna go down here to that faces folder. Select all that. Go into here. Turn all this off. Cool. We'll save it. Close that. Okay, and then we're just going to do those adjustments that we didn't get a chance to do. We good here with that? There we go, okay. just to insinuate that there's something over there, right? Where's my second window? There we go. Sorry guys, I just have my second window open here. So I'm staring off into that. Get that crystal effect in here again. And before we move into inking, I won't be doing this with you guys. I got one more thing of line art to do. But in case I don't stream it, for those wondering, when we get to inking is when we start to sort of beat this stuff up and then also add some contour lines like we have around our guy here. So this one, turn that off. Yep. Right, so like this crystal as an example. Like you can see it's blocking everything out, but we're going to add a contour layer around it. That just makes it a little thicker to stand out. Actually, I think, let me see something here. Books. Yeah. Just so you can, yeah, it doesn't matter. You guys will see it when it's done. Alright, so save. Looking over there. Cool. Alright, let's close this gun. Alright, now we're working on this one. Let's duplicate it, put it over here. Get my reference. Where the hell am I looking? Oh, 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry. One of the problems with working with home, eh? Or not, it's not a problem, but streaming all day is probably the way I should have said it. Alexander might have a little fever. Compensator, welcome. You need to install free commander. What is that? Alright. Let's get this shield in here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. We put it like that so it looks like it's tilted a bit. Maybe, 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 maybe. Trying to get some more motion in the hair there. I'm gonna every time I see your name, Vanderson. Thanks, man. I just see Minas Tirith. I don't. That's my own problem. Welcome, buddy. So how you doing, man? I'm all talked out, everybody. We got any questions in the chat at all? Can spice up some conversation. Get this time flying. Just drawing in the background's fun and all, but hey Joe, how's it going, man? How's this? Okay. All right, let's get her ponytail in here. I was gonna say cheese it, but is that the right way to say it? Just easier sometimes to get the shape this way. What am I doing? It's an honest question. I'm working on some full page pinups for a project called Galaxies in Peril. It's a superhero tabletop RPG game by Kyle Simmons, and it'll be on a Kickstarter, I believe, the start of next month, or at least next month sometime, unless, the world being the way it is right now, unless that affects anything. It should be that. So what this is if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons, usually there's like a game guide, how to play, that sort of thing. And usually these pictures here are used to populate that. Like this would just show you a scene with one of these main characters in there, that kind of stuff. So it's doubling as content for the book, as well as Kyle said this, and I agree. Most Kickstarters that have like a lot of pretty pictures and did pretty artwork everywhere, it makes it more enticing to want to back it. So I'm doing my best to get these last 5 drawings wrapped up. Time is tight. This is the last one we got to do here. I'm just doing the line art right now. I'll be doing the inks either over the weekend or starting next week. Tuesday's literally the last day, right? So I want to get it in before that as much as I possibly can. Cool. Okay, let's merge some of these layers here. There's a lot going on. And put here. Oops. Let's put some dents in this thing. Oh, it's a lot of work, man. But it's fun. Okay. Alright, let's do these people in the background because that's going to be a lot of work. Peeps. Let's close that. Alright. Let's try to draw a crowd of people here. I mean, try to do these kind of simply. So we're going to be filling these in with color, so I don't think you need to see people's faces totally. Put some signs. Forget what they're protesting too. I'll have to find that out. A big old puffy jacket. One of the benefits with protesters is they always got signs, right? So you can cheese it a bit and have it block a lot of things in the background. At least that's the where I'm choosing to go with this one. And just insinuate clothes. No, there won't be any color or inking today. Just this kind of stuff here. I'll do a little show and tell here for you guys, because I know, like, obviously some of you guys are in here a little late. So there's this one. It's this guy swapping consciousness of his Iron Man suit into like a Vision sort of robot. Again, no inks, just line art. So we got that one. We got this one where one of the heroes is dangling a baddie or whatever off of a building. There's been no contour lines for a lot of this stuff for inking. That's my brain can only handle so much, right? So just get the artwork done and then we can get back to it later. This one will have some color in it because this guy's running towards portals, and in those portals we have artwork from the first book. So we did this one today, and we did just wrap this one up. This guy meditating in a crystal with a bunch of books over a city. Let me just close these back up, and then we're just doing this last one here. So we got inks, and then we got colors. A lot of work. Hey, puppy. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Hope you're doing well. What do you think of Kim Jong-ji? No guideline process? That's great. I think if you're able to do it, may as well. Forgot to put the contour layer on here. 1 second. What song is this? It's good. Meditate with books over the city? That's, hey. We all got our own method, eh? Okay. Magic wand. Whoops. What happened? There we go. All right. Let's do the other side. Let's make a chunky guy. With a beard. I gotta put feet on those people. I didn't put any feet on them. Let's put some lines in here to make it look like people. All right, let's get some feet on these people. All right, so turn that off. All right, now we're going to 100% copy a background. It's going to be disgusting here. All right, let's make a copy so we don't lose it. Okay, we're going to go all the way up here. All right, we're going to put it on top of everything here. City Hall. And let's actually get a perspective ruler. Oops. Actually, let me get my real ruler too. Maybe I'll just use my real ruler instead of the... Alright, let's just see how it goes. Talking to myself again. Actually, you know what? Let's be smart about this. Just use a symmetrical ruler. That's the way to do it. Symmetrical ruler. Why is it offset? Sorry guys, one sec. Never had this happen before. Line symmetry? Is that the right one? There we go. Okay. So we're going to have to use a real ruler for this. Alright, let me just put the hero back on. I want to see how much we actually have to draw. Okay. It's even. What a long day. Stand up. Oh, it's taking a while to save. Okay. At least that lets us see a little bit more how much we actually have to draw. Background hell today, boys. Oops. Okay, I think we're almost done here. Actually, I think that's it. Okay, put this away. And all right, let's get a contour layer behind these guys. Yeah, sorry for the silent stream here, guys. We're in like the last half hour, 45 minutes of work. So we're just going through the motions here. Let's get it done. All I'm doing here is I'm just making like a... It's a different way to make like a knockout layer. Just filling up the areas that I don't want the background to touch. We're going to fill this in right now. Current layer. Right? So when we have the background layer, it blocks out all that stuff. Whereas if we turn that off, some of those lines still go through. That would just lock the transparency, fill it white. You can't tell. But that also lets us do something like this too. If we wanted to, which probably will, you can add like a little contour layer around it, right? Thicken it up, that kind of thing. Just to separate them from the background. What's the last thing we need here? Alright, we're going to get the canister and then all these people here. Okay. Alright, so we got the cops here. In their riot gear. We'll be filling this with black, but for now, we can just put silhouettes here. This is just a quick storytelling thing that you can do. So we don't need to see exactly who she's facing off against here, but we know where it's kind of coming from. Maybe we could also put like some guns or something. Just so that we know they're serious, right? Maybe just one with a gun. It's fine. Hero. Alright. Let's get this gas canister here. What I'm going to do real quick is just look online for gas canisters here. Police gas canister. Oh, it looks just like a grenade, eh? Okay. Oops. I don't want to go too wild there. I want to make sure we still see the gun. We're going to add a lot more of these effects when we get into inking. This is a quick one we can toss in. This comes in. I wonder if we could rate like go full comic here and just go. I'm gonna put it in. See what Kyle thinks. Tink. Oops. And somebody got a little comic action in there. You know what I mean? A little tinky tink. Let's erase some of that. And then the last thing we're going to do here is same thing we did before. We're just going to mask out some of this stuff here. Okay, let's get this all fixed up here. So we'll put that on there. Get the background. Cool. Okay. Well, that's it for today, guys. Got them all wrapped up. Okay. Well, enjoy your weekend, guys. Like I said, this one was a little bit more quiet. The first stream was a little bit more busy. That's when we had all of our energy and stuff. But anyway, hope your guys' weekend is great. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next week. Hoping to stream Monday to Friday during the day in chunks of time. So either in the morning or now. It's usually about 3 to 4 hours, it's seeming. And yeah, we'll go from there. Follow me on Twitter or Facebook, wherever. That way you guys can stay up to date when we're streaming and all that cool stuff. Okay, guys, thanks a bunch. Take care and talk to you soon. Bye bye.